Before we dive into this new week, we're gonna really touch on last week's trade. You understand? So let's touch on last week's trade. But before we go furthermore, I think we have other people that needs to join. I don't know. Let's wait a minute and see if they're gonna join. Otherwise, we're just gonna start the call here and they're gonna meet us. So let's just get started immediately. And last week is been ups and downs, but we finally got more up than the downs. So we were able to close with a very good setup last week Friday, right? And also this week we were able to cash some trades. I was able to cash some trades too. So we saw Monday. Let's come to Monday, yeah, right? So before Monday, let's talk about how market closed last week. So we saw Friday. So how this Friday closed, right? So we saw how Friday closed, yeah, right? On Thursday, we have a overall high price creating all-time high ATH, right? Price creating overall high, right? Last week Thursday, and on Friday we saw our price created a lower high. We saw price close on Friday, which is on 24th of last month. And on Monday, we saw price creating a new higher high, but price did not break above the all-time high, right? So from Monday, we saw price buying into Tuesday before we started seeing the drop on Tuesday. So one thing that is unusual, on Tuesday, we saw our price created this resistance level, right? From London section, which it doesn't make sense, which this area is our DMS, right? That area is our DMS, which I always say that area is.
I want to use this one, so I'm sure know this one may correct.
That area is our DMS area, right? So we saw our price creating this resistance level during the London section, right? So like I said, before taking entry, we have a two templates. Let's say we have two ways of looking at Nasdaq, the Asian sector and the New York section. So the things you want to be aware of, the things you want to look at when trading this section is very important, right? We need to see how the previous day, when taking entry on the Asian section, we need to see how the previous day closed. The previous day is very important. So if you're trading, let's say on Monday, you need to see how Friday closed. If you're trading on Tuesday, you need to see what Monday closed. If you're trading on Wednesday, you need to see how Tuesday closed. So with that being said, you'll be able to understand, how did the previous high close or the previous low, right? When taking entry on section, let's say you want to take Asian setup and you're looking to target 100% and have a 25 stop loss, right? So let's say on Friday last week, we need to take, let's analyze Friday last week. Let's, for instance, analyze Friday last week, right? So, So for me, I probably might not take the trade, but I will want to analyze it so that you guys can understand why even if I would take a trade around this area, So one thing I would want to do is I want to see how the previous day look like. That means the previous day, let's say the previous section before the new day. So let's say I'm trading on Monday, I need to see how the Friday. But this Friday is not kind of clear, because if I see something like this, I'll probably want to go for a sell at this moment. So, but the sell happened, but the sell was not a big move. And the reason why I'll go for a sell, first of all, if the market should open on Monday, is because of the way price closed, because the way price closed at this point, right? So price started creating a kind of a weak volume. This high closed below this high here. We did not see price continue buying at this point, and we have a previous day resistance level that wasn't broken above. Price meltdown, coming back again, creating a pullback. So at this point here, this is going to be my previous day high. Knowing that if price should clear this high, we might probably see price continue buying at that point. So what happened here? We saw price selling, right? I'll go for sell, because now price already created a weak volume on Friday. So going for that sell, the sell did not actually melt down to give you the amount of pips you want. But at the same time, here comes to understanding when reversal is about to happen. So for me, I will still look at it like, like a buy set of two. Let's say now we have a break of structure here from the previous day, right? See Friday creating a new higher high. And we're also going to look at this place as what the previous day low, which is the previous day New York support level, right? So price needs to break that place too. If the sell is concrete, let's say the sell is concrete now, and I'm taking the sell, price needs to break that level too for me to like, oh, you know what, I think market will likely continue melting down, because we see price breaking that structure. So at this point, we started seeing price creating a weak volume for buyers to come in too. So this kind of setup is not major. You won't like, it's not a big push, because at the end of the day, this push was about 100 pips, right? Let's say the buy was about 100 pips, and the sell was, let's say, if you took the sell around that area, that was about 38 pips. It's still something, depending on your haru, depending on the risk to reward ratio. So if you reach 35 pips, 1-to-1 risk to reward, 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio is not actually a good haru. So you want to go for like at least 1-to-3, right? So now on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, price was kind of buggy at this point, because my price was just consolidating. We did not see price playing out this 88 all-time high here, right? Price did not continue buying at this point. So what we saw here, price started creating a lower high, but still our aim was to see price clean out, at least, even if we're going to see the sell, right? Even if seller is just going to come in like that, we still need this DMS area to get cleared, and we still need to see a new resistance level above this DMS area before the sell. But that did not happen. So on Tuesday, I had a position here that was up 50 pips. Price came back to my stop loss. I had to get in again, at a position again. Price actually went up back again to like 21 or 25 pips, which was good though. But still, my target was above this resistance level, which did not happen, right? But I still had to close. So what happened on Wednesday is price started creating a lower low. So at this point, was like, what's going on now? Because now price was not actually going our direction. So here's the thing, this is where the market structure comes in, even though you're still trying to look at your strategy. So you want to come to higher time frame and see how higher time frame is forming the structure, because when you see this kind of setup on higher time frame, it's more effective, right? So we saw price started creating a kind of the lower low at this point. This bearish candlestick closing below, right? We saw a pullback at this point, right? So going back to 15 minutes time frame, price created a lower low, right? Breaking below this previous day low, right? That is previous New York. So what happened there? We had a pullback. I was still hoping, because at this point we have a DMS here, right? A London resistance, which actually doesn't make sense too. So we saw this buy. What happened with this buy? We saw price coming back again, creating a what? A kind of a range. Price is not actually closed above that resistance level. So what happened there? Price started what? Melting down again. But one thing you should pay attention to is that the market structure actually has a lot to tell us at that point. Looking from the day the market starts selling from the Asian session. Someone had a setup that I saw that day, and which was great. But you wanted to see, okay, what the previous day do, which is on Tuesday closed, right? Because at the end of the day, Tuesday closed did not actually close above this DMS, closed below. So that's like, what? At this point, even if we're going to see a buy, we still have to see a sell first because of the way the price, because of the market structure on Tuesday. It's not clear here on 15 minutes time frame. We should come down to 5 minutes time frame and you'll see the resistance level I was talking about. So yeah, price creating a resistance level, right? We saw how the market closed, and Asian session open, we saw a break of structure. We had a pullback. Rejecting this level here, we start seeing the market melting down. So this area here is going to consider as the previous day high, so the previous day resistance level. So if I'm to mark up like, oh, I need to take a sell at this point, here is going to be my previous day resistance. Knowing if price should clear that high, we might likely see price buying. And looking out that as a weak volume too, because price does not actually create a higher high. So yeah, so we started seeing the meltdown at that day, and price started selling down, right, until we see price started breaking DMS. We had this whole DMS that was cleared out. We saw price creating this pullback, from Asian session. We had this whole sell from Asian on Thursday, right? Yeah, other people might have taken advantage of this at this point if you had an entry during this Asian session on Thursday, and that's because price actually created a weak volume on Wednesday. If you took advantage of that, and this is about 100 pips move on Thursday, right? Still, that same day on Thursday, we had price reversing again, buying, going into London section, and I missed this whole trade actually not until I saw the way price closed on Thursday. Not price closed, sorry, not on the week, until I saw how New York created a resistance level, right? So we saw how price created this resistance level, knowing that now we have a DMS here below, knowing that we have a DMS below that level there, because even if we're going to see price buying back, we still need that area to get cleared out, right? So, and on that day, I actually do some write-up, and I talked about that trade, that okay, we need to see price selling down, closing below the DMS area, or might probably see rejection because we have a previous NY low, and this is the previous NY low I was talking about, right? Price did say exactly what I said it's going to do. So we might likely see a buy. We saw the buy, but it was not a big one. It was actually a small one. Actually, I was hoping price would likely start buying back to clear out this DMS, but that did not happen. We saw market creating a lower low. And guess what? Like I said before, once you're trying to see a reversal, you need to wait for a distribution phase. So what would we call this? This is a distribution phase, and we have seen price created a lower high and a lower low 3 consecutive times. So that's going to give you an insight of a trend. And we have 3 types of trend, like we have a short, medium, and long trend, right? So some trend might probably just last for 2 days, 1 day, while some trend might probably just last for a couple of days, 3 days, and some months, 1 year. So we have various type of trend. So you want to see how the market structure is moving. Is very important. So now that we had a 3 consecutive we have this high here. We have a lower high and lower low. We have a lower high and a lower low. We have a lower high and the last one lower low. So at this point, I didn't see it like that. I was looking at the New York DMS as my confirmation, and which actually was right, because we had this whole sale from this NY section to clear out this DMS on that day. And after that happened, I also had a buy. I was up about 77 pips, but I was hoping price is gonna come back up again. So that did not happen. I got stopped out. But yeah, but we had a buy first, right? So now here come to on Friday, right? We had price, moving sideways after a drop from Asian section. Price created a support level. Price was just moving sideways at this point. We had price created a higher low during the London section. We have price buying into the New York session. We have an economic indicator on this point on that day. So for me, the reason why I took the sell at this point on Friday was because price is already creating a kind of a trend move, and first that's one first of all. And also I still need to see what the previous day do, right? Looking at 1 hour time frame at that point. Yeah. So here is like a break of structure at this point, and we're probably gonna see price touching this area. So we had a break of structure. Price needs to come to respect this level before the drop, and which actually happened. And the other second confirmation was also a DMS level, because at this point, what price did, price created the Asian support and the London support above, right? So even if we're going to see buyers coming in, so it doesn't move like this, it has to clear that DMS level before we start seeing the buyers coming in. And so now what happened, I had to okay, you know what, I'm going to see what the market do. I marked up a resistance level on what I think that was on 5 minutes time frame. I had to come down to 5 minutes time frame, and we had this resistance level I had marked up, right? And knowing that if price should close this resistance area here, more likely see price continue buying, though I was still hoping that sell would come in, and which actually happened, right? We saw the market sell and clear. My target was this DMS area, knowing that price will likely come touch this level, and price actually cleared out, and what also coming down to 1 hour time frame, we still have a DMS on our left hand side here, which price did actually came to clear out. And this area also is a imbalance area too. You can look at it that way too, but actually we have a DMS area here that marked up, and price actually came down to clear that level before we saw the buy. So price was just selling this week, but at this point we're going to talk about the whole new week. And we are also into a new month right now, and let's don't forget the new month candlestick is actually going to form. Let's look at how this month closed. Actually, we haven't seen the month is not closed yet until the market open, right? So okay, it looked like the candlestick closed below a little bit, right? Yeah, it's candlestick closing below a little bit. Okay, so now let's come back to looking at a 4 hours time frame. It's kind of different at this point because price is actually creating a weak volume. Yeah. So what I mean is that look at how the bullish candlestick closed after this DMS on our left hand side is cleared out, right? So we had this bullish candlestick closing above, and this is just going to be like a rejecting this level. Let's see how the Asian is going to open, and I feel like price is just going to come to reject this level, right? So for me, before we go into the actual details into the new week, is there any question anybody want to ask previous last week, or anything they want to ask apart from that?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you were talking about
imbalance.
Yeah.
So, like, how do we use the imbalance? Is it that price trades there or it rejects price?
So actually, I don't use the imbalance often
Okay.
because imbalance is not significant too much for me. It's just a word. So what I mean is, it's just a word. It's not a content. It doesn't have a content. So, like people use like the smart money concept strategy. When they say something is a balance is when we have a very long candlestick, open 50% imbalance or 100% balance. It's just gonna come back and get cleared before the main move. It's also not like, okay, when price had a break of structure, probably gonna come back and see price clearing out. So something like this, right? Right now, what I mean is that it doesn't have a content. Like, it's just a word. It's just a phrase, imbalance. So now, when you tell a new trader, oh, that area is imbalance, automatically in his brain, he's just gonna see it. Okay. Anytime I see this area is imbalanced, so what is gonna happen is that, okay, just because the market has break a structure, it's gonna come back all the time. No. So the content is understanding the section behavior. The section behavior, understanding the section behavior is very important than the imbalance itself. The reason why I'm using the imbalance is I know some of you previously probably might have learned about like SMS, and which I also update too, right? But then I had to understand that the section behavior is more important than the imbalance. You understand? So now, once I now explain it to you as a DMS area, you understand that differently because now you know that that area is actually an area that actually doesn't make sense. And what is the reason why this area doesn't make sense? It has a content. So you understand what I mean? That, okay, this area got cleared because it's a DMS. And if I explain
Yes.
like, oh, this area got cleared because it's imbalanced, it's just a phrase, there's no content. So that's why people who like have a lot of long time in the trading just using phrases, not understanding the content. The content is so important. Understanding those section behaviors, knowing that this instrument behavior is different from other instruments. Know that any instrument you're going into is move differently. You want to understand the section where the main move is. When the main move is usually going to happen. The main time, you understand. So you need to understand those section behaviors. So that's why you can see that when I explain things, you're probably going to understand it because it has a content. So you understand. So that's it. And maybe I will stop using the phrase of imbalance so that you won't get confused, you understand, because that would probably going to confuse you, and I don't want to confuse anybody here. So we're going to fall back to our normal strategy, the way we see the market, right? And those are like the imbalance area, and not the imbalance area, sorry, the DMS level and the Asian setup. So now, the market structure, pure market structure, actually is just actually a pure market structure, and knowing how to execute them section by section. So you understand, now Nasdaq is the United States index, and it's moved when the New York Stock Exchange is open, right? So that's when the main move usually happens. So you want to understand, where you want to be, what area you want price to actually get to before you execute your trade. So those levels are the level you're going to be waiting for you to take an entry, not that you will take an entry in the wrong place and be executed. So you can see now we have what price actually had bought first of all, right, at this point here. Then we were hoping to take the sell because of what we have at DMS. Now there's a content, there's a reason. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is there any other question anybody want to ask too, so we can dive in? We have 8 minutes more for this. call to end, I'm just gonna, you guys are gonna click the link again so we can, stepping back again. But before that, is there anybody with a question again? Anybody want to ask?
Yeah, I think I'm clear.
Oh, good, bro. So let's dive into this new week. And also, before I dive into this new week, there's something I want to speak about, and it's also just like a psychology, right? So, the psychology part is that you still want to be able to maintain yourself, even if you having a bad time in trading. All you got to do is that psychology plays a major role in trading. So how you can become profitable, like consistently, not even consistently, like maintaining being profitable, is attitude. You understand? It's attitude. Just know that that's the biggest factor, is attitude. Knowing that you still need to plan, knowing that you still need to wait for your setup, knowing that there is time for everything in the market, knowing that you need to wait for a certain time. All those are things you still need to look at. No matter any day, Friday, Monday, any day, you will still need to look at those time. You understand? Those section behaviors is very important. So you don't want to be like, oh, you know what, I think I'm doing good. Sometimes you might, overdo it. So you don't want to get later get into your head. You understand? So now let's go into this new week. And this new week, and I feel like, and I saw someone actually send a setup, and I'm reading, I think this was Paul, right? And you said the market is going to sell throughout this week. And I asked you what's the reason, because actually there was no detailing. So next time, once you're uploading your setup, let there be detailing, you understand? So that not just only me will understand why you were, what you're trying to explain. So that other people too will understand what you're trying to explain. So in that setup too, I saw, if you check the daily time frame, the one you sent, if you check the daily time frame, the market is still bearish, and the daily candlestick closed below the previous candle, and there is a strong resistance which appear on the daily to 5 minutes time frame. There has some DMS area which need to clear there, and a support below. Okay, yeah, which the market will likely touch before the buy can come in. I like this explanation very, very well. I like the way you explain it. I like the detailing of your setup. So once you're uploading your setup, not just sending me alone, upload it on Discord, and and put those the reason why you understand. Let's come with the detailing so that other people will understand why you are dropping that analysis. You understand? So now I see what you're talking about. We still have DMS below, and the DMS like this one, because we saw our price actually bought back after this DMS here was cleared out, right? This on the 15 May 2024, sorry, it was cleared out below. We saw this market buying, right? So we still have a couple of DMS below. We have this one here, right? This one on the 9th of May, and we still have this one here, right? We have this DMS here, which was on the 6th of May. We have this one on the 3rd of May. Yeah, right. That's true, right? That's true. And let's come to higher time frame, but let's not forget higher time frame is more effective, right? It's more effective. So we want to go on daily time frame. Let's say we're going on weekly time frame. Let's come down to weekly time frame. Let's see. So weekly time frame, bearish candlestick. We have this bearish candlestick closing below, right? We have this bearish candlestick closing this below the previous one. So this is actually I'll consider this as a weekly pullback, because we have this bullish candlestick information closing above, and price needs to create a new higher high at this point, right? But at the same time, looking at weekly time frame, there is no reversal pattern, like there is no distribution phase. This still look like something that's bullish. So this new week we might likely see market consolidating a little bit before we see the drop. So another way, buyers might still come in too, because looking at a weekly time frame, this might probably be a weekly pullback to reject this level here, right? To reject this high that was cleared for new one. So we might likely see something like this. Market might likely create a new candlestick formation to buy and come to respect this level and drop back down again. And I saw the reason why you said the market was still going to sell this week, and just come down to daily time frame. Yeah, on daily time frame now is kind of different, because we actually see price creating a weak volume at this point. So price create a high level. This is pure market structure. This is not even section patterns at this point. So we have this high here, right? We have this high here. We have price creating a weak volume because we didn't see a new higher high. We have this support level that was cleared below. Right, this bearish candlestick closing below. We had a pullback, right? We have the melt. We have this support level that was cleared below. We have price coming to touch this level, and yeah, this look like a reversal pattern. This look like a reversal pattern at this point on daily time frame. So we might likely see price still dropping. So now, does that make sense of 4 hours time frame? It actually does, but I still consider this as, break of structure too, because this bullish candlestick closing above. But looking at 1 hour time frame, that like the market doesn't like the candlestick information was different too, right? So on 1 hour time frame, this candlestick closed actually below, right? Not actually above, but 4 hours is kind of different. So there's something I want to see, which I came down on 5 minutes time frame before even this video, right? So I saw that now at this point, price has actually created a previous day high. So on Friday high, right? So we have this resistance level here, right? On Friday, we have this one closing below. So let's say we'll mark up this level here to the future. So now let's come down to 15 minutes time frame. Okay, this candlestick actually closed below here. So I'm thinking we might still probably see a sell, right? This new week, but we need to see how Monday open. And for me, I feel like looking at if I would want to take the Haitian sector, right? You know what? I want you guys to open the call back. This call is going to end in a time from now. But with that being said, let's continue before it ends. So looking at 5 minutes time frame, I still feel like I would want Asian section to come in and create a kind of a pullback at this point here, and before we see price selling back down. So this eyes is a play. So like I said this high is important, right? So if I'm to take a Asian entry right now, I still need to see price creating a weak volume at this point. Let's say price is gonna open this new week and create a new resistance below here, and for me to take an entry, because we need price to sell a little bit at this point. Not a little bit, like I need to see price selling because of the way price actually closed on Friday. So but we still need to see how they open. That's why some days you need to just relax and see the market creating like big opportunity for you. You understand? Like it's not actually every day you need to be looking to execute. Someday you want to actually let the market create a kind of pattern for you to be able to wait and learn what the market is actually doing. And yeah, sometimes sometimes don't even see anything in the market, and all I need to do is just step out and wait till I start seeing something, right? So most days you might probably not see anything in the market, so you don't want to force it. there's no trophy for it. All you got to do is to wait for that market to create the structure you want. If you can't wait, that is when you start losing your mind and start trying to force trade and trying to take trades out of impulse. And you don't want to do that. You just want to wait for the structure. The market doesn't halt. You understand? Like, we actually do a lot of self-sabotage sometimes. And I'm talking out of experience here. So right now, for me, if I would want to take an entry, I still need for market to create new section, meaning Asian section needs to create a kind of a new resistance here. But looking at the way the market actually closed on Friday, I'll consider this as a big volume, because now what happened here on Friday closed this bearish candlestick closing below. We need to see price creating a new resistance level above for us to take advantage. And I feel like there's going to be a drop. Because this actually still a weak, like, no, there's no new higher high. This high did not break above the previous day, the previous day highs, right? We saw how this market closed here. So yeah, that's my take. I think market is still probably gonna sell, and I still think like market is still probably gonna sell too. You understand? And we might likely see something. Even if we're going to see a buyer, we still need to see Asian session selling.
Don't break your hand.
You understand? We still need to see Asian session selling to London, and from London, we're probably going to see a pullback, and for New York session to create a new support level above, meaning higher low, right, for the buy to come in, even if we're going to buy. And mind you, though we have a DMS level below, right? So the other thing we are around is this DMS level are like future purpose some of the time. And why I say that is that these are areas that these areas are created for you to have a views. Now that you understand those DMS, it's not like most of the time it might not get cleared the time you want it, but it's going to get cleared. All you need to understand is, because this is, I'm talking out of experience, and this happened last 2 weeks or so. I had to understand that now the DMS is going to get cleared out, yeah, right? But most of the time, the timing you want for it to get clear, the kind of market structure you want, the kind of time you want for it to get clear might not happen at that moment. So you still want to see the market structure, how it's forming at that moment. So because at this point, I've been waiting for this DMS to get clear. Do you know when I've been waiting? This setup here was actually the setup I was waiting for this DMS to get clear. And this was May 16, right? And look at when the market started dropping down, until price started dropping down from May 28. So you can see the timing was different. So we finally see this area getting cleared. So now you still need to wait for those distribution first. Like I said before, those are important, right? You still need to see price creating those distribution first. So now for me, looking at this new week, I still think market is gonna sell. Like, yeah, looking at the new week, we still think market's gonna drop, because actually price just created a new lower low. We still need market to drop, to give us a weak volume. If there's not gonna be sell anymore in the market, we still need to see price creating something like this, right? Something like this, a little bit, and create a weak volume below, and something like this. So let's wait and see. So we still need price to create something like that for us to know that, okay, at this point we have a weak volume, there is no continuation for that sell. So price is not actually create a weak volume. But I want to be realistic with this 4 hours time frame at this point too, because the way the bullish candlestick information closed. So we need to mark this level here. At this point we have this level here. Price is rejecting, looking like this. And look at it, 4 hours time frame. We still also have RSI giving us confirmation too, because we need to look at it this way too, right? So like buyers are trying to be in. So this area needs to. So now looking at this area here, I marked up. Let me delete this one here. So looking at that 4 hour time frame, the way that bullish candlestick closed, and if I have to be realistic, We have a break of structure. This I'll consider that as a break of structure at this point. This resistance level is broken above, right? So looking at 1 hour time frame, price actually did not, close above this level. So this doesn't look like a BOS on 1 hour time frame. Let's look at 15 minutes time frame. It doesn't still look at, but we still need to see this area actually getting like price into, sell down. So one thing we want to wait for, we want to see how the open is. If we see price raging up above this area I marked up, we might likely see buyers coming in at this point, understand? We might likely see buyers coming in, continue buying at this point. Because looking at our market closed on Friday too, we might still consider this level here as a weak volume too. Don't forget, right? Because the initial drop was sell, right? The initial drop was sell, right? So at this point, price created a weak volume, and let's look at our side too. Okay, now let's look at this way too. We had a weak volume for sellers at this point because there was no continuation on that side. So we need to wait actually for the open on Sunday to actually determine the direction of the market, because the open is very important too. Because looking at 4 hours time frame is kind of
money.
You said what? Okay, looking at 4 hour time frame, I don't know if you guys are following up. Looking at 4 hour time frame, this look like a BOS at this point because of the way the bullish candlestick closed. You understand? And looking at this level here too. So we have this resistance. We have the support level here. This actually closed above, so we need to wait and see how the market open is gonna look like. So I feel like this area I marked up, let's see how the new candlestick is gonna drop, if we're gonna see the new candlestick closing below, or if we're gonna be seeing price rejecting that BOS that was actually broken above, right, for continuation of that buy. And we might likely see something like this, price coming to reject this level that was broken above, and we might likely see price breaking highs. And we might still use this, we have this resistance level here as what price might likely get this area cleared out, right? We might likely see price clearing this area at this point. But let's just wait and see how the open is on Asian section today. Then that will give us a view of where the direction of the market. The week is still fresh. We still need to wait and see the market structure forming. We need to wait for, I probably might not even take any entry during the Asian session. I'll probably just want to wait and see how the New York, because that's the session, the main move is going to happen. So Asian got to do something, London got to do something for me to see what the New York has for me, and for me to see if there's any DMS on that particular day. So I'll load that. Okay, I think I'm seeing a DMS on this particular day on this, immediate section. So I need to just take advantage of that immediately, right? So with that being said, if there's any question anybody want to ask before we move on.
Yeah, I think I'm good with it. I understand what you said. It's clear.
Okay, so that's good. What's it called? Paulo, do you understand what I mean by the reason why I think market might probably to want to buy looking at 4 hours time frame too, because of the candlestick information?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at it that way too, probably might still see buyers might still trying to come in looking at that 4 hour time frame candlestick. But other than that, we still need for market to open and for the market to breathe and create opportunity for us. We don't want to force trade in stance, so we don't want to go we want to flow with the market in stance. So we need to wait for those sections we like to take our entry on to form. So Asian got to form and not lost on the form for us to have a visible insight of where the market direction is going to. So if it's bullish, we will actually know when it gets to the London section and when it gets to the New York section. You understand? So that's my take for this new week. I want markets to be able to create patterns for us to have a direction. So with that being said, I'm just gonna hand the call here. And also, I saw like, let me try to reflect on GDP JPY too. I think GDP JPY has been kind of buggy. I have not checked this for a while right now. And let's come down to monthly time frame. Okay, this looks like a pullback, and this candlestick represent this last month that just ended. So does that mean, okay, looking at this way candlestick close, we probably might see a drop, because right now on other stock exchange like let's say USDT, looking at other stock exchange, they are actually like bullish. Let's look at dry is bullish at this point. I saw price actually buying back crazy. You have this distribution phrase, price getting higher highs. You have this pullback. We have SP500. Okay, this might give us an insight of what the market is going to do on Nasdaq. So this is going to be bullish. So right now, look like the USD is kind of weak. Looking at stock market buying on Friday back, we might likely see USD JPY selling this new week. And since the USD is weak, we might likely see price selling at this point. We have a previous high that price has not rejected for a while now, so we might likely see a drop at this point. And looking at the way the monthly candlestick also closed to this is a weekly candlestick also. So we might likely see price dropping. Clearing out this low if possible, and looking at the monthly time frame candlestick too. And let's see how the new week goes. So that's my take on Nasdaq. Coming back to Nasdaq, I want the market to breathe to see where the direction is going to fall to, and to be able to take advantage of the section I want the market to come to, and which is the New York session. So let's just wait and let's see how this week goes. And I hope you all have a profitable week, guys. So since there's no question, I'm just gonna hand the call here and send the link later for you guys. Peace out.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks.